All right, so since last night, we got the car on the lift, and he dropped the subframe. There really wasn't much to drop because it was already pretty much, you know, gutted anyways. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a couple of these things bolted back up, like right here, and this goes right there actually. And then we're going to probably hook up his fuel pressure damper and run it to the top. And that way, when we get the engine in here, we don't have to worry about the damper running it downwards and then putting it in. But then we can, we're gonna have to drop this right here, and then these two trim pieces, these trim pieces can stay, but we're gonna have to drop this piece for sure because we're gonna have to lift it up into the trans tunnel. So we're gonna start doing that. This is the engine right here. He sprayed it down. It looks pretty good. It actually looks really good, to be honest. Everything came out really clean, like especially like this stuff too, even came out pretty good. And so yeah, we sprayed it down. And we're gonna start moving the engine over here. We're gonna have to drop this subframe off of this. So that's one of the things we're gonna have to worry about, like doing a VHR swap. This subframe is totally different than the subframe that goes in this car. So this is the subframe. I'm pretty sure you guys have a Z or a G. You already know what it looks like. But this right here is gonna have to come off. So we're gonna have to lift up the engine slightly, disconnect the engine mounts, disconnect some of the wiring that goes to the power steering rack right here. And then we're actually gonna have to take off the rack, and we can leave the rack on the subframe probably, but we're gonna have to disconnect these lines and stuff like that. So I'm gonna set up the GoPro, move this engine inside, and then I'll time lapse probably us just getting it lifted up and taking off all the miscellaneous stuff that we need to remove. And then that way, when we put the engine in the car, we're all good to go. We're gonna have to put that subframe on here before we lower the car. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna lower the car down around the engine. We're gonna line everything up and start getting everything done. So where the trans cross member bolts up, I noticed that there looks like there's these threads are a little marred, so I'm gonna go through it with a tap. So I found one of the bolts here. I'm just gonna make sure that it actually screws in, so I've got the correct thread pitch. That looks good. And then I'm gonna run this tap through the one that is kind of messed up. All right, so we're at this point. We've got the transmission cross member that goes for the DE, and then this is the one that we just took off of here. Now this looks like it might be okay. I'm gonna line this up. So this is another transmission mount that I had for sale. I used one. I'm gonna line these holes up and see if they sit down. So that looks good. This one is, of course, a lot taller, but let's see from the mounting point to where, and it looks like where the mounting point is in this brace is about where the mounting point would be here and here, flush. So this one we're not gonna need, this one we're not gonna need, and the old hardware, where did the old hardware go from the other one? I've got this hardware here for this one. Let's see if we can get this bolted up. Yep. Let's see if this works. Yep, went right through. Bam. And that fits right up. I'm pretty sure that the manuals, all the manual drive shafts for the Zs from 03 all the way to 09 are direct fit. So hopefully they're gonna be a direct fit to this. We still have the drive shaft for his car originally, so we're gonna try to put that up today. We'll probably try to put the diff in and stuff, try to get the main underside of the car put together, and then we're gonna have to see the fitment of where this lands too. So I'm gonna pop this out. I'm probably gonna pop this cover back over this. So I'm gonna get back to you guys when we lift up the engine, and Mark just went to go run and grab Red Bulls, and we're gonna lift up the engine and then take this other subframe off, and hopefully we'll be all good to put the other subframe on, the one out there that he just cleaned. And after we get that subframe on, see if it matches up with the engine mounts good, and we should be good to go. It's in, boys. So basically all we have to do is snug up like one of the nuts on the other side over there for the subframe, but we already got, you guys just saw us put the transmission cross member bolts and stuff in place. So all we have to worry about right now is we're gonna lift the car up a little bit, and then we're gonna move all the stuff out from underneath, and we're gonna see what we're dealing with underneath, like all that kind of stuff, like, you know, like O2 sensors and everything like that are down there. We're gonna have to get like either catless downpipes or something for this, but as of right now, like, here's the fuel pressure damper. It seems a little short. We have to stretch it a little bit, but that works. As of right now, everything looks like it's pretty good. Like power steering, this is 350Z power steering lines and everything. We cut the piece off. Damn, I should have recorded that. That was like an important part. Okay, so basically the 370Z power steering lines have this little notch right here, and on the 350 it's like a little tab, and what we did is we cut that tab off, and then we aligned the power steering line right to where it's supposed to be. And now what we can do is we can use something to kind of bend this way just a little bit, just to get it perfect the way it's supposed to be. But like, even the pressure sensor for the power steering fits right up to the pressure sensor from the 350Z. So everything right now is looking pretty good. We even started like mocking up like the AC lines and stuff like that. Like this, like actually lines up right there with that bolt hole. But this line might have to be altered a little bit. We might have to bend it a little bit or replace this bracket with a different one. But yeah, take a look, guys. That's pretty sick. All we have to do is finish all the wiring and stuff and strip everything out of the interior. But yeah, we're gonna start doing that stuff tonight too, because I'm actually really excited. I kind of like really want to start getting this done. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it for this video. I'm super stoked. The engine's in the car. I can show you guys that. We got some other stuff stripped out, but this is the way the car sits right now. And we've actually gotten a lot more done since this video. I really suck at taking outros sometimes. Like sometimes we'll just be working too late, and I'll just forget to take the outro. I'll just stop the GoPros from recording, and then we'll be taking off. But right now, the engine's in the car. We actually put coilovers on it already, which we'll probably show you guys that in the next episode. But yeah, coils are on it. Let's see what else. We ordered a whole bunch of stuff, so suspension stuff like control arms and all that kind of stuff like that. And then we also ordered some adapters for Akibano brakes, so we're gonna pull these Brembos off. But yeah, for right now, this is the end of the video. I hope you guys like it. If you guys like it, hit that thumbs up button, and consider subscribing. We got a lot of content to come. I really can't wait to finish up this build.